And there's good reasons why. Just the kind of guy that Mike was and still will live on. Jack Bringles, Mark Tarantini, and Scott and Fandy and I singing over at his apartment. And just thanks to all of the folks who sent out congratulations and celebration wishes and sad thoughts and happy thoughts. I'm going to take you back right now to an interview I did. I did many over the years with Mike whenever there was a show coming up or he wanted to talk about his school and his kids. A little portion of our interview from a few years ago when he was going into the Hall of Fame. You've been making music for over 30 years now. Give us a couple of highlights. What was it like performing, opening up for some of the big acts? Who have you opened for?
You know, pretty excited. George Jones was huge because, I mean, he's a legend of country music. Marty Stewart, of course, he's, was affiliated with Johnny Cash and Roseanne Cash, right? That was an exciting time. Working with some of the Canadian artists, people like Terry Carrife and working with a lot of the other artists like Michelle Wright, who's done very well in the industry, being a Canadian, because, it's hard to branch out into the North American market sometimes.
And written your own group of songs that we recently saw on CD at your benefit the other weekend, and some of those our songs are pretty neat. You ever get a chance to pitch those down in Nashville? You know what?
I did, actually, when I went down there for a couple weeks, and I got invited down there by a record producer down there, and he was interested in listening to some of my songs and stuff. Nothing really became of it as far as, making a lot of money or anything like that, but it was really nice to get an opportunity that they would recognize you, to be able to have an opportunity to go there in the first place on business instead of just going there as a tourist.
Now, after many decades of performing music, you turned to Case's Music and School. Tell us what it's like to have children like that and be able to teach them how to play, Mike.
Well, you know what? I really enjoy teaching children because it's the only way that we can keep our music alive is to keep our youth involved, because it's our future. The youth is our future. And when you see the bright eyes and you see the smiles and you can see this feeling of accomplishment when they're able to play music and do that. And that's why I went and I started up Case's Music in the first place, because I wanted to give the opportunity that I've had in my life to others as well. And that Case's Music has allowed me to do that. It's a dream come true because it just keeps carrying on in my family. And, these little guys, they were watching Daddy as he, and was very patient with Daddy throughout his life, missing a lot of other activities and stuff because he had to go perform places and travel and do things like that. But they're right there beside me, the whole with my children.
Excellent. Tell us a little bit about when you first started and you were out on the road with not much here and you were traveling around. What was that like, pal?
Well, that was an experience, I'll tell you. Some of the clubs that we played were not the A rooms, but it was a matter of your perspective on things in the first place, as far as going into a club and playing. If it wasn't a very good club and it was a nice club, you would just say, hey, well, Saturday you'll come around and we'll head off to the next place, and hopefully it'll be a B or an A club as opposed to maybe a C or a D.
Absolutely. And not much on the plate but KD, right?
That's right. Exactly.
It's coming up November the 7th. You're one of the inductees. Congratulations. Tell me what you like about Evelyn and Ray Richards, because they're just a hoot.
I just love them. They're, an elderly couple. They really give you inspiration by seeing, them still doing their music, still providing entertainment for people, and people loving listening to what they have to offer to the public. And, it's very inspirational to be able to participate in that. That's it.
Or I'm sure they'll find you bouncing around somewhere.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right, Mike.
Hey, thanks, buddy.
Okay, good luck.
You have yourself a good day.
You too.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.
It's time to get up.